Hey everyone, thanks for taking a few minutes out of your day to come and join me. Today I want to touch up on a topic that's been rattling dirt bike riders for years and no one can seem to get to the bottom of it. So today I want to go through a few little facts. Should you use your clutch when changing gear on your dirt bike? Right, well we'll touch on that in a little bit. First of all, I want to just tell you that there's 4 different ways you can change gear on your dirt bike. So number 1, it's the way that everyone learned to ride their bike. When you first get a dirt bike, the way you're all taught is to rev, let off, pull the clutch in, change gear and go. Same when you're shifting down, so let off, clutch in. Obviously you do it faster than that, you know, so you rev, let off, like that. So let off, pull the clutch in, let out. Okay, number 2. Number 2 is you rev, you don't let off the throttle, you pull the clutch in quickly, flip it into gear, and then go, like so. So it's a little bit quicker that way, so you don't let off the throttle, you just keep the throttle on, pull the clutch in fast. It'll sound like you're over revving it, but it's, you know, it's just the way it is. So you go, so you'll get a little bit of a kick, but that's number 2, that's the other way people use their clutch to change gear. Moving on to number 3. Now this is without the clutch. This is my preference, this is how I like to change my gears. If you notice in all my videos, I never use a clutch when I change gear, so you just rev, let off, change gear. So no clutch, you just let off the throttle, you want to take off that load from the transmission. You can't be changing gear with it loaded. It's a full mesh transmission, okay? It's a constant mesh transmission on a dirt bike. So these things are made to take a load. Like you want to take the load off, so you know, let off, change gear. This is for whether you're changing up or down. Like change down, you just change gear, you don't pull the clutch in. Now this is a faster way of riding, so like so. Why I don't use the clutch, and I mean it's just preference, but why I don't use the clutch is, especially on a 4-stroke, engine braking is the key factor on these bikes. So if you're on a motocross track or coming downhill, you want to use as much engine braking as possible. Once you pull that clutch in to change gear, when you're coming into a braking zone, you're taking away the engine braking, so it's going to be harder to slow down. So you want to use all of it. So you just, like, I'll show you. So as we're slowing down, let off, just change down, no clutch. Now we're moving on to number 4. And number 4 is the hardest. Like, it does take practice. It's up to you. You know, a lot of the pro riders do it this way. So basically, even though it sounds crazy, you can be full throttle, and because the 4-strokes have a rev limiter. So when it's getting just before that rev limit, just before when the power starts dropping off, you can actually flip it into gear. There's a slight little window there. You can actually shift into gear while you're full throttle. I know it might sound bad, like you're going to break your transmission, but you're not. There's a slight little window. It does take practice. I don't ever do it really. It's just, you know, like I said, it's rider's preference really, but that is the 4th way you can change gear. We'll see if we can do it now down this little stretch. So you want to be full throttle and then just lift it up into gear. So there's that slight little window. So what people get wrong sometimes is they compare a bike transmission to a car transmission. So in a car, you know, you have to use the clutch. If you don't use the clutch in a car and you just jam it into gear, it will absolutely smash to bits your transmission. But unlike a car, with these bikes, you can only go 1 gear at a time. You can't just, like in a car, you can put the clutch in and change from 1st to 5th if you wanted to. On a bike you can't, you have to do it 1 gear at a time. But these bikes, they're made to take abuse. Like when I change gear without using the clutch, yeah, I'll let off, because you want to take some load off the transmission. You don't want to be, you know, fully loaded, because it's not good for the transmission. But you can do, like I said in number 4, you can keep it flat out and just the power's dropping off, you can change it and that's totally fine. But I've had dirt bikes for years and not once have I ever blown a transmission out on one. and I never ever use the clutch to change gear. So it's up to you what you prefer, but guys, I really want you to leave it in the comment section below. I find it quite interesting to see how people ride their bikes. Do you still use the clutch on yours? Do you not use the clutch on yours? Are any of you, you know, really good riders and do the number 4 version where you just pinned and change gear? I'd like to know your thoughts on this. Have your little debate down in the comment section below. I'll be having a read through. So yeah, well, thanks for tuning in. I hope this helps a little bit and puts to bed a few issues and a few problems people have with should you change gear on your dirt bike. That is the conclusion. That is 4-step guide on different ways to change gears on your dirt bike, and all of which will not damage your dirt bike. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. God bless, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.